Hello, right on Twist, and welcome back to Raw Recap and Review. This is the February 9th, 2026 episode of Monday Night Raw from Cleveland, Ohio. And this is part 2 of that episode. So if you haven't seen part 1, get off the video and watch part 1. Up there. It's right there. Click it. But if you have clicked it, if you have seen part 1, welcome back. We left off talking about the Judgment Day and how Finn Balor was upset about people thinking he's an afterthought. And that leads into a spot where it was announced that CM Punk is going to have an interview in the ring by Michael Cole. Now, Michael Cole gets into the ring and he's talking about the setup of what's going on at WrestleMania. And Finn Balor instantly interrupts it. He's not having none of that. He gets into the ring. He says he's tired of everybody talking about the future, talking about Roman and Punk about the fight at WrestleMania. But they should be talking about how he whooped Punk 2 weeks ago and left him laid out. And he says Punk is hurt. And he's the reason of that. And he doesn't want to see Roman take advantage of him hurting him like he did years ago when the turnbuckle broke and Finn Balor ended up losing that. And he says, I'm tired of being an afterthought. And he wants CM Punk at the Elimination Chamber. He said, you beat me fair and square in my hometown, but now I want to beat you in your hometown. And Adam Pearce pops out. He's like, no. We talked about this. He's like, security, come out. He said, you had your chance to win. You lost it. We're not going to be doing business like this. A match is set for it at WrestleMania. We're not going to ruin it. And then, but CM Punk popped out. You hear that? He pops out. He instantly on that type time, and he walks straight to the ring. He pop it. He trying to pop in that ring. Pierce like, no, it's cool. He walked past Pierce, get in the ring. Finn Balor instantly walks out the ring, jumps on top of the announce table. Punk goes on to get the mic. He says, you know what, Finn? You don't deserve a title shot. You deserve an ass beating for what you did to me. So why don't you be a man and get in this ring? But Finn's like, hey, I'm not finna fight you for no reason. I was like, you know what? I want my pounds of flesh. I want my get back. You know what, man? We can fight in Chicago. I don't care. I just want my get back. And Pierce is like, no, we not doing that, Punk. He don't get no. He's like, hey, I'm the champion, Pierce. I deserve to be able to do what I please and do. Like I work so hard for this company. He said, hey man, I'm finna ruin this show. I'm gonna be spending all day trying to chase Finn Balor down if I don't get no official match. And then Pierce is like, no. He's like, all right, you know what? You get your match, man. You can have your match. And then Finn Balor's like, yes, sir. He walks away with security. And then Punk, he's activated in the ring. And he goes to Cole, like, we're supposed to have an interview. Like, do you have your question for me? I know people want to hear what I want to say. And then Cole is like, I do have a question. He's like, Punk, why would you jeopardize your WrestleMania main event for this? Like, you don't even have to deal with this. And Punk's like, I ain't jeopardizing nothing. He says, I'm trying to do something I always said I was going to do. He said, I'm chasing greatness. I want to be a fighting champion for the people. Every time he has a chance to prove that he's the best in the world, he's going to do it. So he's down to fight anybody, anytime, anywhere. Then he goes on to say how he doesn't think Roman Reigns hates him. He doesn't really hate him. He really rock with him. He says that Roman is mad. He can't stop what CM Punk is building. And he's going to show him at WrestleMania why he's the best in the world. After that segment, we get backstage with Adam Pearce. He's like, Finn's out the building. Make sure y'all handle that if he come back in. At least the Paul Heyman and company, the Vision, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, Bronson Reed popping up. He said, Pierce, you pissed off Braun so bad that he was doing an extra workout and then he ended up having a hernia, and not like a little hernia got his surgery. This is a career-ending hernia, and now he's out. And then Pierce is like, I know how important Braun is for this company for years for Raw. I want him to be back as soon as possible. But let's move on to the future, and we got a elimination chamber coming up. That's why I have Austin Theory in a contendership match, which is going to be the main event. And then Paul's like, yeah, I like that. He says, but one thing though, don't interfere with that match. And then Paul's like, is that like a statement? Or like, he says, if I'm saying it, it's a threat. And then Paul's like, oh, it's a threat. And so Paul calms down the boys, they walk away, and then Logan goes and he says, what are you gonna do if we interfere? And he's like, yeah, you don't gotta answer, that's a rhetorical question. And then Bronson gets him, he's like, hold on, chill, I got him. He said, Adam Pearce is my problem now. You don't got to deal with that. Then we get into our third match of the night. We have Natty, a.k.a. Natalya, versus Maxine Dupree. We're having this match because Natty ended up ruining Maxine Dupri's match against Becky Lynch to try to get the IC title back. So Natty has a new entrance, new gear. She walks down to the ring, mouth guard, taped up, looking real angry, braids. And they're in the match, and the match instantly starts with Natalya picking up Maxine, slamming her into the ground, but no. Maxine turns that into an ankle lock, and she's grabbing on her ankle, but Natty gets out of it, punches Maxine. Then Maxine does an arm drag to Natty, and then hits her with a spinning kick, and then tries to go for an ankle lock on the outside. Now she's doing the ankle lock on the outside. Natty ends up kicking her, pushing her back into the steel steps, and then she picks up Maxine and then throws her into the ring post, and then throws her over the announce table. Then she slams her on the announce table, and then gets on top of her on the announce table and just punch it. But the ref is counting at this time, and the ref throws the match out the ring. So DQ. The match gets 1 star because it barely started and nothing happened. So now she's whooping Maxine on top of the mat, of the announce table, and then puts on the sharpshooter, and she's wrenching on that thing, and then light it up, light it. Then AJ Lee runs out, tries to stop Natty from doing damage on Maxine. Natty walks away, and that leads to AJ Lee holding Maxine, trying to walk away, but Becky Lynch out of nowhere grabs AJ Lee and throws her into the ring post, and then walks away talking mad trash to her. And after that segment, we get a match with Los Americanos, with El Grande Americano. We have Rayo and Bravo versus Javon Evans and a secret tag team partner. They have the commercial break after the Americanos entrance, and we get Javon coming out. And the surprise partner is the OG El Grande Americano. And it's funny, they get into the ring. Javon is over there dancing with El Grande. He's coming down. They do the gracias together. We start the match off with Rayo, who's in red, versus Javon. And they starts off with Javon getting distracted by Bravo on the apron. And Rayo punches Javon in the back. That leads to him putting a headlock onto Javon. He Irish whips Javon, but Javon reverses that with a big drop kick. It's effortless. Probably the best drop kick now that we got AJ out, but Randy still got a good drop kick too. And Rayo tries to get the upper hand, tries to punch Javon, and then tries to do a slam on Javon, but Javon reverses that into a stunner by himself. And then after the stunner, Bravo gets tagged in. Then Javon does a Superman punch on Bravo, then hits him with a bouncy Rana, and then hits him with another effortless drop kick. And while Javon's not looking, Rayo tags in, and then Javon tries to run on the apron. That leads to Rayo pulling Javon's leg down outside the ring. That leads to Bravo running and hitting a drop kick while Rayo holds him. That leads to both Americanos going to the ring. They're oral farming, doing the emotes. That leads to the OG Grande Americano getting on the top rope and then landing a double top rope clothesline to the Americanos. That leads to Javon getting to the ring. And then they both clothesline the Americanos on each end outside the ring. And then they get into the middle of the ring and start wrenching on the ropes. And that's how we get to our commercial break. We get back to the commercial break with Bravo near his own corner with Rayo. And he's punching Javon into the corner. And then he puts him on top of the turnbuckle. But Javon fights out of it. He kicks away Bravo, punches Rayo. And then he jumps up, flips around, does a whisper on the wind onto Bravo, and that leads into the hot tag. OG El Grande Americano gets to the ring, diving headbutt, goes into a German suplex on Rayo. Bravo tries to come up. He ends up backbodying dropping Bravo, and then lands the German suplex on Rayo. Then that leads to OG El Grande doing the double German suplex while the Americanos are holding on to each other, and then he goes into an ankle lock on Rayo. That leads to Rayo getting out of it. OG away, he tags in Bravo. That leads to Javon doing a springboard clothesline onto Bravo when he gets into the ring, and then he does the red dot, which he jumps off the rope into an enziguri onto Rayo. But Rayo fights back. He lands a headbutt on Javon, but then leads to OG El Grande to kicking Rayo, and then he gets into the top rope. But El Grande Americano knocks down OG El Grande while he's distracted. That leads to Bravo getting on the top rope to try to land a dive on OG El Grande in one of the coldest, perfect timing spots. When he's diving for OG El Grande, Javon is on the other corner of the ring, jumps up with him into a OG cutter in midair. One of the coldest spots I ever seen. That leads to Javon tagging in the OG El Grande. He does a big dive on Arayo. That leads to OG going to the top rope. Does the diving headbutt onto Bravo. 1, 2, 3. Javon and OG get the W. I give that match a 4-star match. That's one of the coldest cutters spots I ever seen in my life. Perfect back and forth lucha style fighting. Javon hasn't lost yet, and I'm loving it. But then Grande after the match tries to attack. He attacks Javon and OG. Then he tries to take off OG's mask, but OG fights out of it and then beats up El Grande and then tries to take El Grande's mask off, but the Americanos pull El Grande outside the ring. Then we get into our main event of the evening. We have LA Knight, versus Penta versus Austin Theory, and this is a contendership match to get into the Elimination Chamber. The ring bells, and then they're all in the middle of the ring, and then LA and Penta are looking at each other. Like, they have a common enemy with the Vision, so they proceed to jump Austin Theory back and forth. They punching him into the corner. Then that leads to Penta getting assistance from LA Knight when he jumps onto the corner, when he hangs on, and then to a big drop kick. And then LA Knight goes in, gets a little running knee into Theory into the corner. That leads to Penta taking advantage and going for a roll up on LA, but LA kicks out of it, and then they have a little stare off. He stopped the stare down to clothesline Theory outside the ring, and then LA tries to go for a roll up on Penta, and then he gets up into a shoulder tackle onto Penta, but Penta fights out of it. But a back and forth into a hurricanrana by Penta. That leads to LA Knight rolling outside to the ring, and then Penta hits the tope con hilo, which is a swanton bomb to the outside onto LA. And then he gets LA back into the ring. He hits the rope, but Theory catches Penta, drags him outside the ring, slams him down, and then rolls into the ring. He jumps into the ring into a big drop kick on LA Knight. Then he jumps back outside into the ring. And then he picks up Penta and then throws him into the ring post where the stairs are. And he starts talking trash. And at least we get to the commercial break. We get back from the commercial break with LA Knight and Theory fighting inside the ring. LA is in with punches, but Theory fights through that and tries to land a suplex onto LA Knight. LA Knight reverses it into a neck breaker. He goes down for the pin. He goes for the pin, but Penta stops the pin. Then he's in a fight with LA. LA tries to run towards him, but he pulls down the rope for LA to go outside the ring. LA tries to get back on the apron, but Penta does a springboard clothesline to LA to knock him down off the apron. That leads to Penta getting grabbed by Theory, and he hits him with a big brain buster on Penta. He tries to go for a pin. But Penta kicks out of it, and then while LA is trying to get up again, Theory ends up punching LA Knight, knocking him back down again. We get a back and forth with Theory and Penta, which ends with Irish whips, and then Theory hits really big boot onto Penta. He picks up Penta and then hits him with a big spine buster. Now LA Knight gets back on the apron, jumps up, there's a big shoulder tackle into Theory. And then he clotheslines Theory outside the ring. That leads to LA walking outside the ring. He grabs Theory, slams him multiple times on the announce table. Penta sees the advantage, tries to go for the suicide dive on the LA. LA catches him, pulls him outside the ring, slams him multiple times on the announce table. Then he gets Theory again, slams him multiple times on the announce table, pulls him back into the ring. He tries to go for the BFT, but that gets turned into a roll-up by Theory. He kicks out of it. That ends up Theory going outside the ring again. Theory tries to do the jump in the ring roll-up, but he gets caught by LA this time, and then he slams him down on the ground. That leads to Pentagon on the top rope, landing a crossbody on both competitors, and then he hits a super kick on Theory, and then he ends on a sling blade on LA Knight, and that leads to him having with Theory in the corner where he jumps up into a backstabber on Austin Theory. He then goes for the pin, but LA Knight stops the pin, and he gets a super kick by LA. After the super kick by Penta, they go into the corner on the top rope where Penta knocks down LA. LA gets back up, runs, does the jump on top of there, tries to go for the superplex, but then Theory goes over there, grabs LA, powerbomb. LA powerbombs, LA superplexes Penta. Theory goes for the pin. 1, 2, kick out. But now Theory sees his chance. He tries to go for the curb stomp onto LA Knight, but that gets reversed. LA gets up, grabs Theory, hits him with a reverse DDT. And then LA gets to the middle rope. He goes LA Knight, yeah, jumps up to the top rope. Big elbow. He has the advantage now, but then the Vision shenanigans come through. Logan Paul gets into the ring. LA instantly punches him down. They go to the outside. He whoops Logan, but then out of nowhere, Bronson Reed, big body slam into LA. That leads to them fighting, and then he throws LA back into the ring. After Reed throws him to the ring, he jumps on the top rope. Then there's a big tsunami on LA Knight. Now leads to Pierce coming out the ring, trying to get rid of the Vision. After the Vision are removed from the match, Theory takes the advantage, lands the curb stomp on LA Knight. He goes for the pin. 1, 2, Penta grabs Theory's leg, pulls him outside the ring into a big super kick, fights back out of it, and then lands a big back body drop onto Penta on the announce table. Now Penta's out for the rest of the match. That leads to the Hooded Man. He's back again. He runs up, super kicks Austin Theory, hits him with a big curb stomp. That leads to the Vision running over, trying to chase him out. He gets out of there. But before he gets chased out, he puts Theory back into the ring. LA Knight gets up, kicks Theory into the midsection, grabs him. BFT. 1, 2, 3. LA Knight, yeah, is going on to the Elimination Chamber. And I give that match a very entertaining 4-star. I give that match a 4-star match. Very good back and forth between both all competitors. I still don't think LA is gonna get the push he needs, but it's fun and interesting to see. I'm pretty sure Cody Rhodes is gonna win this Elimination Chamber match, but you never know. Could be Fatu, and maybe Cody Rhodes is gonna find his way into the match. But very entertaining. But that is the end of part 2 of this Raw recap and review. If you enjoyed WWE content, if you enjoyed this video, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Can't wait to see what's going on Elimination Chamber. I will be on vacation during that time, so that week there will be no Raw recap and review or review to Elimination Chamber. I'm sorry about that. I won't have my things to record with me at the time, but it's only going to be 1 week out of it, hopefully. I'm Twist. I'm out.